Welcome MA3 community. With this video we want to introduce the brand new version of our MA3 template show file v2. It is fully based on MA3Q recipes and comes with everything you need to run a show on MA3. So let's jump right into it and take a closer look at all the main features and the structure of the file. One main element of the show file are its layout views. As you can see already in the background, there are quite a lot of them. You will basically find a layout view for every function of the show file. For example, for intensity control and corresponding intensity fx, for color control in general and corresponding color fx, for positions, movements, optic features of your fixtures, and also some other special things. The cool thing about those layout views is that you can really use them to customize the control surface of the show file with them. So for example, you can easily resize or rearrange them by selecting a different content. For sure, we have also pre-built some view configs to match the different screen arrangements of MA3, for example for a full size or a light console, a compact or a non-PC system. Beside this great possibility of customization, layout views have another power function. You can not only use them to playback content directly from your screen in our show file, but you can also use them to pick content from the screen for your hardware layout. Therefore, just hit an assign key or type the assign keyword, hit the corresponding content that you want to put on your hardware layout, and afterwards just hit an executor. This will then give you control, in my case with this fader, over the corresponding sequence in here. And the cool thing is that the show file and all those interactive layouts view are still fully functional. So I can also choose a different effect form in here or switch back by hitting this executor. One of the most powerful tools in the show file is the effects section. The show file comes pre-equipped with a bunch of nice looking effects, and you can now easily customize and adapt them to your needs. Let me give you an example. First, select an effect form, for example this one here, and as you can see we have already applied for example a wings 2 for you here, so that you get a nice symmetrical starting point. To fine-tune this effect, simply hit this little calculator icon and hit the effect afterwards. This will then bring in our brand new FX Designer plugin, which is a live tool to modify FX. So if you don't like this Wings 2, simply remove it, and as you can see, you will directly design and influence this effect. So just play around with it, be creative, and design the effect until you're satisfied. Close this dialog, and that's basically it. There's no need to save things, you can just use another effect. And as soon as you switch back to the modified one, you will get your beautiful designed FX back. Another new core element of the show file is our bump section. The bump section is a quick assign tool for a variety of predefined and pre-designed bumps, which are intelligently built based on your rig size that is embedded in your selection grid in your groups. To make use of those bumps, simply click the screen icon of the desired bump and hit an executor afterwards. In my case, I have now assigned the left and right bump to my 2x keys here. Those executors will then directly work as temp keys and will also give you a nice off-fade behavior. You can further modify this by raising up and down our bump rate master and determine the length of this fade out. So you can choose between a super long fade out time here or a fast flashing behavior. Some of those basic bumps are already pre-assigned to the hardware layout together with other useful tools. So you will find a fully equipped pre-configured hardware layout in the show file. This hardware layout basically consists of a front lighting master to control your overall front lighting intensity and some other playback options here, for example to choose your current front lighting cue, a break sequence as a temp fader to stop all running FX, some rate masters for your bumps, the movement speed and the global song speed, which is for example influencing your IFX in the show file, playback masters for every group in the show file to control their intensity individually. Along with that, some special tools for each group, for example those speed multipliers up there, which will allow you to set a special ratio for a single group between its intensity FX speed and your global song speed. IFX size faders to control the size of FX in terms of intensity, and the same also for your position FX, so for the movements. And for sure there is also a page 2 which gives you some more access to your front lighting, house lights and other things like hazer levels and so on. The show file can handle up to 8 individual groups, and it will then provide each feature that we've seen for those different groups. And the cool thing with the new version is that you can modify it further. Therefore, enter our show file menu and you can now customize which feature set, for example IFX, positions, multi-FX or other things like optics, should be there for which fixture group. In this example we have 6 groups, but in the end there will be up to 8 groups available and you can configure those feature sets. So for example, if you have a stage setup containing of 2 moving light groups A and B and a third group with, for example, sun strips, you can adjust this here easily and adapt it to your needs. So in this scenario we would have 2 groups fully featured and a third group only with intensity features, because sun strips won't have any color or position things normally. And after that we just hit Gen Layouts and wait some seconds to make the magic happen, because in the back end of the show file it will adapt now all those layout elements in your show views to save you some space and to give you a nice overview on the actual feature sets that you've got for your different fixture groups. To get an even better overview in the show file, you can for sure also name those groups. Just move over to the group view and name those main groups as you wish. For example, test for the group A. And this will result in the name showing up in all layout views in the show file. In the future we will try to optimize this further and also expand this naming to the presets and sequences in the background of the show file. To make this show file a really versatile tool, it does not follow any clone show concept or so on. So you can simply delete the entire patch and start from scratch here. There are only 3 steps that you have to follow to make it run again. The first thing is patch your fixture groups. Second one is adapt the fixture groups in our group structure here. The most important group is our Simric group A, which always has a representation in the selection grid. But no worries, we will explain this in a future tutorial video. And afterwards, adapt your presets. Here we have a nice navigation concept to make sure that you will find all the presets well structured in the show file without any search. Afterwards, just move over to our show file menu and hit the Regen All button. This will then ensure that everything works quite fine, even if you delete the entire patch. So that's it for our first video on the new MA3 template show file v2. We hope you enjoyed this first insight, and if you're interested in this show file, make sure to subscribe to our channels and check our website. On our website you will find an overview on our current product range, and you can easily access our new online support form where you can get support, request new features or report bugs. For sure you can also get your personal version of our brand new template show file v2 here on this product page. Make sure to check all the details listed on this product page, and especially the FAQ section and the release notes down below. In the future we will extend this section even further to make sure that you find answers to your questions quite easily, and we will also list all our tutorials on YouTube here which are available or planned for the future. Okay, so thanks for watching, and if you have any further questions, don't hesitate to get in touch with us directly.